Hello, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate you all being here and taking part in the vlog series. It really does mean a lot to me. Super excited about today's episode, and yeah, here we go. Let's get into it. So, as you can see, we are in South Carolina now. Just crossed over the Savannah River. Headed to Hilton Head to do a couple quick things here. I'm actually having lunch with one of my agents down here. We're talking about networking and social media and video content and all of this stuff. He lives here full time now and has for quite some time. So I'm really excited about that because the relationships in this business are everything. And I don't just mean with our clients, I mean with local agents in Atlanta, with local agents here in Hilton Head. It's really, really important to me. And so I do not take that for granted. It just takes time. There's so many, you know, ever since this whole thing started, and you know what I'm talking about, right? I feel like people have got complacent with just a phone call, just a text, just an email, just a video Zoom even, which I think is great. And we should absolutely use that to our benefit as many times as we can. But nothing, and I mean nothing, will replace the belly-to-belly, right? And whether, again, that's agents, clients, doesn't matter to me. It's all the same. And so it's really important that I put in this time and that we all put in this time, because in our business, in real estate at least, and really every small business for that matter, you got to get face-to-face. And I know a lot of people have gotten complacent on that. So anyway, really excited about that. Got to do a couple things here while I'm here. Probably a little more behind-the-scenes stuff of like my Living in Hilton Head YouTube channel that's also here on YouTube. And so I've got a couple videos that we're going to shoot while we're here. And then I'm headed down to Amelia Island for the Georgia Association of Realtors inaugural conference, which happens every January. And that's down in Amelia Island in Florida. So another 2 hours or so down the road here, 2.5 hours. But really, really excited about that. It's Tuesday, so be there till Friday. And a little taste of that at least today. And then the next couple days are a lot of networking and instruction, you know, classroom type stuff, training, conference stuff. So anyway, here we go. Additionally, if this is your first time to the vlog, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Please do me a huge favor and tap that subscribe button and tap the little bell for the notifications so that you do not miss a single video, whether it's Porsches or real estate stuff here in Atlanta, in Hilton Head, Georgia, South Carolina. You know what we're doing here as far as that's concerned. But we got some more Porsche stuff coming up with her. I'm so excited about. And then some networking events that I'm putting on. And then I am the YPN chair for the Atlanta Realtors Association, so some of that stuff will be here as well. So whether you're in real estate or not, whether you're a potential client or not, whether you're just here for the Porsche stuff or not, hopefully we can like hit a couple different marks here, but certainly a lot of family stuff coming up here. Really excited about this year, 2022. And all of it is going to come as a result of this. Again, not just for business, but just personal. I mean, I share everything here. So, which leads me to my next point. If you're not following me on Instagram, at Matt.Lamarsh, Lamarsh, you get a lot more of the behind the scenes, kind of as it's happening stuff, which I think is really cool. Maybe I'm super biased on that. Probably am. But nevertheless, that gives you a little more insight as to like the daily life, what's happening on the fly as it's happening. And yeah, so there's that. Also, just a super brief business update. This first week of January has been absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And so I came into last year with a lot in the pipeline. I think I had about 10 million in my pipeline. That a lot of those were buyers that some of them were relocating here, some of them got, you know, job transfers to other areas, so that number kind of went up and down and up and down. And of course, Clubhouse popped for me, and I got a ton of new referral partners, which has been absolutely amazing. Now I think we're up to like $25 million in the pipeline, and a lot more of that is hyper-focused on relocation and buyers because of those referral agents. But the last really month or two, I would say, of 2021, I missed the mark. I was a little short of my goal. It was still a huge number, so, you know, shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, stars, planets, solar system. Shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. There it is. That my grandfather used to always say, and my goal for last year was 10 million. That was a big goal, and I knew I was reaching. I knew it was a bit of a stretch, and I got so close. I had so many people right on the edge of making offers and getting offers accepted, and you know, it's still a very tough market in Atlanta. So anyway, really close. And in September, I even thought we were going to do it. Like, it was that close. So anyway, a little bit short, but you know what? We learned a lot last year, and I cannot wait to apply some of that stuff to this year, because 10 million is going to be no problem. I think my new goal of 13 million rather is, again, a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see how that goes. At the end of the day, I know no one else cares about this. This is strictly for me, my business growth. Hopefully we're providing value enough that people see it and will share, you know, what we're doing, how we're doing it differently, the results that we get, because in particular with my buyers, we are crushing it right now. Now, there are some that I just cannot seem to help at all. And you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, again, I don't share just the positive stuff. I don't just share the wins. I share it all here. So hopefully that resonates with you, because to me, a lot of social media is just the highlight reel. I don't believe in that. I have had a lot of buyers over the last week or two here just not successful at all. And so, you know, that's just the nature of the beast right now when you're representing buyers. And in a super competitive seller's market, there are just some buyers that you can't help out right now. It's insanity still. There's, you know, multiple offers still happening. Within hours, properties are getting sold still. And, you know, if we don't see it until there's already offers on it, the chances are really slim. So anyway, just a quick business brief here. But let's go to lunch. Let's get some B-roll and stuff shot for the other channel here and behind the scenes. One of the videos I'm shooting today, by the way, if you haven't followed the Living in Hilton Head Island YouTube channel, which is going to be linked here down below in the description, pros and cons of living in Hilton Head, because there are a ton of pros and there are a ton of cons, but we ultimately want to live here. We ultimately want to retire here. And so we see all the pros. We definitely see the cons, but there are more pros than cons for us personally. So anyway, I think it's going to be a good video. If you ever have any interest in moving to Hilton Head, obviously you should go follow that channel, because whether you're retiring there or even looking, you know, for like an investment property, it's crazy what's happening down here. The market is very similar to Atlanta, very similar to Atlanta in terms of real estate, at least. So we'll leave it there for now. Okay, good lunch, great lunch. Awesome opportunities coming up here. So a little bit of B-roll here for the island itself. And again, if you haven't subscribed to that channel, you're remotely interested in living in or around Hilton Head or Bluffton for that matter, just right up the road here. Awesome low country living. One of the big reasons, I don't think I've really talked about this on this channel at least, but anyway, one of the biggest lost opportunities I had was in 2020. 5 people I know bought houses down here. For me, that is absolutely unacceptable. For people that I know that are people that like and trust me, unacceptable. So anyway, got my license here now. We're working here now. I have some great team members down here as well. I'm really excited. So, but good lunch. So a little bit of B-roll and, what else? There was something else I was going to mention about being down here. The content. Yeah, I think that's it for now. You know, those days, I feel like I've been in the car all day. I'm in Amelia Island now, so a little wet bar thing over here, closet, and then So, great view though. You can't see it now, of course, so I mean, yeah, that's what it is. But I'll show you that tomorrow, and we're going over to the gala. Gala? How do you say it? Gala? It's gala, right? Well, good morning. We're back for day 2 and 3 here real quick. So let me show you this view though. Look at this. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to enjoy the beach, but oh look, there's a little sailboat out there. So yesterday, so today's Thursday. Yesterday, Wednesday, there was a keynote by one of the people from the Disney Institute, and really good session. I enjoyed it a lot. It was talking about, the value of people in our business, and obviously, being in real estate, a very relationship-driven business. So it was really interesting to hear about what the people at Disney do and how they create, a culture around people. And I thought it was really interesting, and I took away a ton of value from it. So anyway, and then today we're talking about what or how to apply video in your business, how to use video to take your business to the next level, which you guys know I'm all about. So I can't wait to hear what they have to share. They didn't ask me to share anything or speak, but anyway, that's a joke. I'm joking. But I'm really excited to hear more about that, what people are doing and how people are using video in their business. I mean, you guys know this about me, but maybe not everyone does, so I think it's worth, restating here that, I'm the type of person, I don't feel like I ever know it all. For sure, right? I'm a lifelong learner. I'm excited about the opportunity of new technologies coming out, of new platforms coming out, and people using those to better their business. I think it's really valuable. And I think in 2022 especially, more people are going to be using video than ever before. And more people are going to be consuming video more than ever before. So, if you've ever thought about doing video for your business, it's time. This is the time. And, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. Definitely not the smartest guy in the room, but you do have to be willing to try things and get a little uncomfortable. And talking to yourself and talking to your phone or your camera here is a little uncomfortable sometimes. There's no getting beyond that. It's just not a normal behavior. But I will tell you that the relationships I've established and the business that I've done as a result of video have been absolutely amazing. And to get a little uncomfortable for the results and for the connections and the relationships, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, and I don't see any downside. So if you're considering that, I would highly recommend. I'll be curious to share my thoughts after this this session here, and then I'm actually having lunch with another agent here that's also talking about doing more video and stuff, and wants to just kind of mastermind around the topic. So really excited about that as well. And then this afternoon, I think Glen Lundy's here to talk as well. So just a jam-packed day, but we still got some contracts and due diligence times ending and stuff, so we still actually do have business things happening despite me being here, and that's just the great thing about real estate, is that you can do that. Anyway, but let's go to this first meeting, and I'll share my thoughts afterwards with you guys.
Sit down. So hit the red button now. Go. Here's what I want you to say. Just repeat after me. Ready? Look at the camera and say, "Hi."
Hi.
Look at me.
Look at me.
I'm making a video.
I'm making a video.
This is easy.
This is easy.
I look good.
I look good.
Say it like you mean it. I look good.
I look good.
Especially when I raise the camera up higher.
Even better this time.
I'm going to do these videos consistently.
I'm going to do these videos consistently.
Because I'm good enough.
Because I'm good enough.
I'm smart enough.
I'm smart enough.
And gosh darn it, people like me.
And gosh darn it, people like me.
All right, stop your video.
So I follow her, I jump in the car with her, she takes me to the Orange County Church of Scientology. And she introduces me to some people, and they do a test on me, and they tell me I've got a really high IQ, and they give me a job.
And to me, the coolest part about that was that I just walked up to Glen and I'm like, hey, do you mind sharing some wisdom with the 20, 30 people, whatever it was that were on there at the moment? And now that piece of content lives forever. So I think that's just super cool. But a huge shout out to Glen for taking the quick moment before he was about to hop up and give a keynote speech, and I shove a camera in his face, and I really appreciate that, man. I know you'll probably never ever see this, but that really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. I know those guys appreciate it. And I know that the Real Estate All Day Club, the folks that are connected to you via Clubhouse and everything, are going to be super happy about, you know, the 5 minutes that you took. Just really generous of you to give your time that way. So anyway, I really appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys and watching and sticking with this as long as you have. I really just wanted to do one video to kind of encapsulate the whole week here. But here, kind of last minute, I am going to the EV office, the Engel Völkers office here. They are opening, their grand opening is tonight actually for their office here in Amelia Island. So that's super cool, and something that just transpired here in the last hour. And it's funny, you know, the more people see me and the more they see what's going on, they're just like, you just never stop. And I'm like, what choice do you have? Our time here is limited. Like, so anyway, so we're going to go to that. So I'll bring you along for a little bit of that and show you their new office there. Super exciting. And the expansion team that they built out there sounds amazing, from Jacksonville all the way up here. So really excited about that. And then tonight is casino night, back with the conference. So I'll show you a little bit of that as well. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out for as long as you have here on this video. Really does mean a lot to me. You know, I'm curious though, if you guys attend these conferences, whether it's for your brokerage or for your associations or for, you know, NAR, like, I'm just curious, do you attend these types of conferences? If you do, why? Why do you do them? Is it for networking? Is it for the collaboration, the trainings, the CE? Why do you do this? Because I think a lot of people avoid conferences, and I get the whole pandemic thing going on. That makes sense to me. But certainly before then, and now as things kind of loosen up a little bit and we're not as crazy protective as we once were, I'm curious what you guys get out of conferences, if you even attend them. And if you don't, just leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you on this. And I'll definitely share more of my takeaways, maybe in another video or something, just in general about conferences, because I do think there's a lot of value. I really, really do. And I think you have to be very strategic. I think you have to protect your time and all of that. But I think if you make the time for them, and if you actually are very strategic about your going into them and what you're trying to accomplish, just like anything else, I think they can be really impactful. So anyway, we're going to go now to the EV office opening and grand opening, and then we'll be back here in just a little while and on to the casino night. So let's go. Okay, so massive fail. I only got a little bit of footage for the grand opening last night there, but amazing office. Corey, the guy that opened and has expanded to now 4 offices in that area, is amazing. That guy's 30 years old, incredible. But you know, I mentioned this a moment ago about you know, taking the opportunity, taking the time, like, to be able to be there and network with some of those agents, but also to network with people from the corporate office, from New York, from, I mean, literally all over there were people that drove like 8 and 9 hours to this grand opening, which, you know, I feel incredibly blessed that I just happened to be 5 minutes away. But I thought that was really cool. And then I did not get any footage from casino night, but it was a ton of fun. So they gave us $10,000 in chips at the beginning. Fake money, you know what I mean, like, not real gambling. But it was fun. Played some poker for about an hour. Came in, went way down, and then came way up, and then went way down again, and ended up walking away with, like, I don't know, $7,500 or something. So we didn't do too bad. But anyway, still a lot of fun. And you know, that's the one thing I'm really taking away from this conference. It's cool to hear, you know, Glen Lundy speak. It's cool to hear, you know, what people are doing in their business all around the state of Georgia, and what they're seeing success with, how they're creating opportunities, how they're building a sustainable business. All of that is absolutely amazing. But the networking to me was the real rubber hits the road thing. And what I mean by that, these are people in my state. A lot of them are in my city. And, we're competing in a lot of ways, right? But at the same time, and especially for our association, the Atlanta Realtors Association, the spirit, the true spirit of collaboration is alive and well. And, we don't really see each other as competition. We all live in different areas all around Atlanta. And so, on the north side is what I'm really focused on. So anywhere from, Smyrna Vinings area over to, Norcross, Doraville area, and then anywhere from Midtown up to like Alpharetta Cumming. I mean, these are all places that I've sold, property already and helped buyers in. So, anyway, but the networking to me was the best part, and sharing ideas and getting different things as takeaways was really, really powerful. So, anyway, just really excited about that, and just really cool, really, really cool. So, anyway, I think that's it though for the conference. Lots of good breakfasts and lunches and dinners, and just tons of fun. And while I'm still exhausted, it is the next day here. I am headed into the Bluffton office here in South Carolina. So my office with Engel and Völkers here in Hilton Head has an office in Hilton Head, and then they have another one in Bluffton. So we're in Bluffton now. I've got 3 Zoom calls with other agents from all around the country that you guys have kind of seen here as well. We post those not live, but we post those every Friday at 4 o'clock. And so today's Friday, it's 10:15. There will be a new episode coming out at 4 p.m. today, but I have now, 3 or 4 weeks already out ahead. So these 3 that we'll record today won't even be out until like March or so. And I didn't really want to come an hour out of my way, but honestly, the planning and timing just didn't work any other way. And so, you got to make adjustments. You got to do what you got to do. This video series is really important to me. And I know that a lot of these people have sacrificed their time for 30 minutes to help me out with this. So I never, ever want them to feel like it's been time wasted. So anyway, into the office here real quick for some quick Zooms, and then back on the road to Atlanta. Alrighty then, just left Bluffton office, the EV office here in Bluffton, and headed through Savannah now back home. Got 3 Zooms done with some of these agents from around the country, but just going over this bridge now, so take a look. This is pretty sweet. Normally, I would be listening to a podcast or an audiobook or something with a 4.5-hour drive ahead of me, but there's a lot of clubhouse rooms that I'll be in and out of today as well, and obviously a lot of phone calls with follow-up. I have 3 houses under contract right now, so a little crazy, but it's just the nature of the beast. And so, really utilizing this time to keep working, keep grinding away on a couple things. We just had some, not contracts, but amendments and due diligence periods ending this week, and getting contractors out to properties and stuff. So anyway, just a lot of work still happening, but again, a lot of this can be done from the road. So, we take advantage of the opportunities that we have here, and nothing would give me more pleasure than to listen to an audiobook and expand my mind a little bit right now. But we got so much going on. This first week or 2 of January has just been absolutely insane, and so trying to make the most of the time that we have here, because that is what is most important. But I do think it is worth mentioning that, like, that expansion time, the mind expansion time in particular, you do have to find time for that. You do have to make time for that. And at the moment, things are just moving so quickly that we have to take advantage and get things signed and done actually in the business as opposed to on the business, because every audiobook I listen to, every podcast I listen to, I take something away from, just like these conferences. Being super intentional about my time, really taking good notes, and then implementing systems around those notes and stuff. is really important. So I do try to actually make plans, make systems, make changes in the actual business, on the business at least. So anyway, long drive ahead here, so here we go. All right, so back home now. It's actually Sunday, so I'm just wanted to kind of wrap this whole video up. But if this is, again, your first time to the channel, thank you for being here. Hopefully there was something of value here. I mean, I do think there is a lot of value in conferences and in networking and, being in person. Obviously, something we missed out on a lot here in the last 2 years. But it did snow, so there's that. So anyway, but I hope there was something of value here maybe. And if not, I'm sorry. We'll try harder next time. But anyway, I do think it's valuable. We will be back up in Nashville actually with the Georgia Association of Realtors, I think at end of August, beginning of September. So really looking forward to that as well. A little bit different, objectives there, at least for me personally. And a lot of that just based on what this last week has looked like for me. But as you can imagine, the last 2 days here, Saturday and Sunday, just been a lot of follow-up with people that I met throughout the week, a lot of which has not been in person. I haven't met those people in person. I meet them on social media, and then, we get to meet each other in person later. So just a lot of follow-up and handwritten notes and stuff. You guys know I'm a big fan of that as well. So anyway, but it's been good, and I've gotten a lot done actually this weekend. So as I mentioned, we have three houses under contract. This is crazy. I didn't even realize this until I started going through, my database and stuff. This January 22, I will do the exact same number in business, the same volume, I should say, in business that I did my entire first year. And this is the beginning of year 4. So, I do believe that hard work with some persistence and consistency can bring you really, really massive success. And I have really worked hard over the last year to set things up for this year. So anyway, I'm really excited. And I share that with you only not to brag, because there are agents that do a lot more business than me, than me. And they have a huge social media following, and they have a huge impact that they're leaving behind. But this is one thing for me, at least, that I don't get caught up in the comparison game at all, actually. When I see other agents doing better than me, I'm like, that's phenomenal. Some that have been in the business as long as I have, less than I have, and a lot longer than I have. So, I'm not comparing my chapter 3 or 4 or 5 year to people's chapter 10, and certainly not their chapter 2 or 3. A lot of different people have built businesses a lot differently than I have. And honestly, if I had done this through cold calling and door knocking and everything else, I would be a miserable person. I'm super self-aware about what I like to do, what makes me tick. And, a lot of this is, again, back to the conference, a lot of it's face-to-face, belly-to-belly. I love that part of this business. It can be exhausting, but I do love it. So anyway, thank you so much for being here for the vlog. Really do appreciate it. It means the world to me, genuinely. And I'm in this weird position right now where I have more videos than I do subscribers. So again, if you have not hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me, and tap on the little bell notifications also. That would be amazing. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great week, and we will see you soon.